This may be another version of that type of scenario, but learning as a student to read the room.
Oh gosh, yes.
Read the scenario that's going on.
That should probably be number one.
Yeah.
We probably should have led with that one because that's huge.
I feel like it's a learned.
It is. It's not
a skill, but a learned thing that you in life end up doing. Right? As you get older, you figure out social situations, and not that. When I was 16, obviously you think you know everything, but it's kind of that same idea as you get older. But as a PA, and especially as a student, you learn when and when not to say or do certain things, right?
Yeah.
Learning in the operating room, when it's quiet, it's not meaning no one's talking, so it's time for me to talk.
Right.
It's quiet usually because something's going on, right?
Yeah.
And you may not have a great view. You may not be able to see if you're just observing things like that. But learning to understand the situation, learning when it's okay to talk in front of a patient or ask a question. When, we have a serious conversation with the patient, let's say about a life or death scenario, not the right time to pipe up and start asking questions. Correct? That sounds simple as an easy one, but those type of scenarios, as you go through school, you'll learn, okay, what's going on, and just be aware. Read the room, because when you say things at the wrong time, it's all people remember. It's all that kid just wouldn't shut up,
Couldn't read the room. That's literally what people have said. They're like, that kid can't read the room.
Figure it out.
He's not welcome back in my OR.
It just it's one of those things where I think you just got to keep an awareness of, okay, what's going on right now. It's great to ask questions, to be engaged, but to understand when to do it and the right way to do it and things like that, depending on your preceptor, depending on the surgeon, the doctor, whoever you're with, depending on the patient. What's going on. Read the room. That'll help you the most.
We have there's frequent times, at least in our operating room, in most ORs, where things are fine. Things are going fine, and it's kind of lighthearted, and it might even be at a pausing point, where we have a second or two to chat. And so it's, maybe we're talking about something. So, hey, at this point of the case, this is what we're doing. This is what we're thinking about. This is what we're preparing to do. Well, then let's say the stuff hits the fan, and all of a sudden everyone is kind of busy and they're working. Just recognize that, and even if you were mid-sentence asking a question like, hey, what's this tube do? Or what would happen if you did this? And all of a sudden no one's responding and everyone's working. Chances are something's happening. Don't feel like you have to push the situation. Just hold on. And hopefully they'll come back and ask you like, okay, sorry, what were we talking about? Let's finish.
Or make a mental note and ask later to make sure. I remember worrying that like people were maybe think I wasn't engaged.
Because I was
trying to hold back in terms of I don't want to say something and get my head ripped off by some surgeon or someone else. But then later, hey, when you guys were doing this part of the case, what was that? Like, what did you mean? Oh, as a preceptor, I'm like, homeboy or homegirl was like listening or paying attention. And read the room and knew that was the wrong time to ask what was happening. So make mental notes, write it down. If you're not scrubbed in or you're on rounds, write it down. Ask later.
Jot a note and, hey, when's a good time to ask questions or something. The other thing too is that silence doesn't always mean like, I have a hard time switching tasks. So if let's say it's Monday, I wasn't on the weekend, I don't know all these people in the ICU, I'm reading notes and I'm trying to concentrate. Like, it is hard for me personally to like switch back and forth. So if you ask a question, it's always good to be like, hey, is now a good time to ask or should I wait? Because if I'm reading through like multiple notes and seeing what different specialties are saying, I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then it's like walking through mud and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, but every preceptor is different. There's other people in our practice who are excellent and you can ask them, you can pepper them with questions and they're fine. So, but that's reading the situation. Okay, this guy doesn't do well when I do this, but this person might do well. So very good.